Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the inspirational Lady Noble 365. I trust that you're doing well, loving yourself and everyone around you. Today, I'd like to share some words of inspiration and some words of encouragement. And I'd like to talk about being around or surrounding yourself with people who are on your vibration, on your frequency, those who are part of your tribe, basically like minded individuals. We all have free will and freedom of choice. We can do what we please. But there are repercussions when you choose to consistently connect yourself to those who are not on your vibe, to those who are not like minded in any form. A person does not have to match you in every area, but at least have at least some kind of magnification, where you two can, or a group of people can reside in a setting and just enjoy a simple, natural adult conversation, a jewel exchange. So I refer to conversations as jewel exchanges because when we gather with each other and we're exchanging energy through verbal, being verbal, conversating with each other, it's a gift and it's an honor, to be able to have a conversation with another person, a decent conversation. I'm speaking of pleasant times. I'm speaking of those who are able to hold a conversation. Now, that's a gift in itself, but that's another video. But I was just pondering on the fact that there is a repercussion when you force yourself to be around those who are not like minded or not on your frequency. I won't say like minded because that statement is so broad and it can be received in the wrong way. But when you choose to be around those who you're just very different, uniquely as we should be. But when a person isn't on your vibe, isn't on your page, you're on the beach and they're somewhere thinking about being on the beach, or I'm just using that as an example. There are repercussions to this, As I said, we can do what we want, but you'll find yourself when you're conversating and talking to these people, you have to constantly re explain everything because their mindset is different from yours, and as it should be. But those who are not on your vibe will often take offense to statements and conversation if you try to engage with them. And so you'll find yourself pretty often either having friction with them, arguing with them, or you have to apologize, or you have to keep explaining what you mean to them. And the reason this happened is because that person is just not on your vibe. They're not of your tribe. They're not of your energy, And it's wonderful. You can speak to people. You can do what you please, but there are repercussions, and those are some of the repercussions. When we try to put ourselves in places and spaces that aren't of our frequency. You'll find yourself having to constantly explain what you meant because they will take things into offense. They don't understand what you're communicating. It's not that a person has to agree with you or copy your life, but they're very offensive because what it is, you're vibing so high, you got that glow, and they're of a lower vibration, or they just don't understand what's going on. They're just not literate to the conversation that you're having. So rather than just listening or taking the time to ask you more questions about the topic, that person will become very defensive. And you'll find yourself like on a hamster wheel of over explaining, always apologizing, or the conversation would turn into frequent arguments. And so I was just pondering on this topic, and I was like, I gotta do a video just to share this, with the collective, Have you experienced this? Have you experienced meshing with someone you knew who wasn't on your vibe? And every time you talked to them, they became very offensive, upset. You had to over explain. It's like you have to overextend yourself to communicate to these people. Now, I'm not saying that anyone is better than anyone. I'm just speaking fact, When you don't have nothing in common with people and you choose to force yourself to be in spaces and places you don't belong, there is a repercussion. And I believe the repercussion is spirit, the universe, nudging you to, stick to those who you have something in common with, and just to be mindful of the choices you make when it comes to who you engage with and who you exchange jewels with, because it makes no sense, especially adults, to be in a conversation and have to constantly over explain. They're being competitive. They're talking over you. They're being competitive in their conversation. You haven't even finished a sentence. They're cutting you off. I mean, I can go on and on. So, have you ever experienced this? If so, leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Have this conversation with someone today. Have you experienced the repercussions of trying to mesh with someone who is just not on your frequency? You are on two different pages. Your minds are just in two different places. They may be stuck in a matrix and you're somewhere else. You might be between 3 and 5D. Who knows? But yeah, I thought I should do a video on this because this happens. I've experienced it, and I've seen it happen between people. When someone try to force themselves where they shouldn't be. Trying to give someone the benefit of the doubt, or trying to be kind, or and just there are repercussions for this, and it lowers your frequency to have to be in a confrontation with someone, or having to overextend yourself explaining. When you've done nothing wrong, you've said nothing wrong, but this person is taking offense because they simply don't comprehend what you're communicating. So rather than just take the time to listen to you or ask you the questions as necessary, they become offensive and defensive. So those are my words of inspiration for today. Yes, I am the Inspirational Lady Noble. Keep loving yourself and everyone around you.